Thank you for joining us now. You're still watching Business Breakfast. We're broadcasting live from our studios. And of course, it's Business Day. And of course, the first business trading day of the week after the Salah break. So let's get started now. Charles Fakroha now joins us to take a look at some of the stories with us now. Thank you for joining us, Charles. Good to see you again. I'm sure you rested well.
Thank you for having me. Yes, I rested enough. Thank you.
Okay. All right. So let's get started with this first story, talking about the remittances, Nigeria Diaspora remittances, which of course has risen to as 168 billion US dollars in 8 years. This is a report according to World Bank. Yes, we talked about the fact that there's a lot of brain drain in the Nigeria, but again, it looks like this is a win-win situation for the country. So what's your position on this?
Well, thank you very much. Even the Nigerian government has come to realize that our citizens who go out there are law-abiding, they contribute to the economic growth of those their host countries, and they are doing great. And we are also very, very happy with them because they remember home and they send money to assist. Initially, when this started, they were just sending money to assist their immediate family. But today, we have seen that Nigerians in diaspora not just send money to their immediate families, they also send money to their community. They also send money to charities that are doing a lot of work in the country. And that's not made the Nigerian government to able to establish the Diaspora Commission, of course, headed by one Honorable Abike Dabiri, to see that Nigerians in diaspora are well coordinated, they are taken care of in terms of their living condition where they are, to ensure that they have a very robust relationship with their host countries and host communities as the case may be. This report is coming from World Bank because over time, they have seen these Nigerians doing so well, and of course, remembering home and coming to contribute their own quota to the development of Nigeria.
I know, according to the Budget Office of the Federation, it says these remittances have played a key role in assuaging the impacts of foreign exchange scarcity and keeping the country's forex reserve afloat. Talk to us. Do you think $160 billion in 8 years? And now, if you recall, we've been having issues with forex scarcity. There's crisis in that sector of the economy. Do you think this amount has impacted on the forex market in Nigeria?
Well, I would say it has impacted positively, but we might say it is not enough, that more still need to be done. But we need to understand that these remittances from the diaspora, there is no law guiding them to send money. These are just individuals who seem it necessary to remit money to the country for their families and other public projects. Yes, we'll see that sometime in December, when we have many of them coming back, we'll see the rate of dollar, to naira coming down because of these monies they have brought from abroad. Yes, more things need to be done. We are not saying Nigerians will continue to go out, but of course, labor is mobile. And if you have a skill, and of course you believe that you can contribute more to the world, then of course you can immigrate to other places in the world where they believe conditions are better. So we want to encourage more and more Nigerians to go out there legitimately, legally, and end this foreign exchange and send them back to the country. Of course, we're going to see an improvement in the scarcity of foreign exchange. Yes, we need to encourage, because of course, you can see what the government was doing at one point in time, trying to encourage these remittances, and the beneficiaries there saying, if these monies come, this is the rate in which we are going to use. This, in a way, will encourage more and more Nigerians who are outside the country to continue to remit, and of course, increase the amount of money they are remitting.
But I mean, they're also concerned about the amount of brain drain from Nigeria here. And if we talk, that's what that means is that we're losing our human resources, we're losing our here. So losing them and contributing to the growth of another economy is an issue that has been on the front burner and will continue to be. There's a I mean, we need to talk about how to balance this as well. So if these people are leaving and we feel that, okay, because of the remittances that they are, I mean, some of the money they are remitting back home will impact the economy, I think we also need to also do a more in the area of creating a very friendly environment so that by the time this money comes in, we can use it judiciously here.
Yes, I agree with you. We are not saying we're encouraging brain drain Nigerians to go out, but of course, if you have a skilled worker, somebody who wants to impact the world, of course, you cannot stop persons from migrating from one part of the world to another part of the world. Yes, the only advice I will give the Nigerian government is, yes, encourage people to develop their skills, encourage people when they want to migrate, let it be done legitimately and legally. Yes, coming back home and looking at our infrastructure, looking at our human resources, yes, we might agree that there are shortage of some of this manpower. The only thing the government can do now is to appeal to Nigerians who have made it out there. There is nothing wrong to come back home from time to time, as you have seen some of them do. They will come with their medical mission, they will come with equipment and other tools that will assist people here at home to improve. So we need to encourage skill development. We need to encourage the judicious use of this money, as you have said, to encourage them to send more. But at the same time, we need to strike a balance. I agree with you. We need to strike a balance, not just allowing young persons to migrate, and of course, so that they will remember the country and they begin to represent other countries. There needs to be a balance. We need to encourage people to increase their skill very well. But at the same time, more importantly, we should encourage them to come back to the country from time to time.
Okay, let's move to the next story here. The pump prices of diesel and petrol has increased significantly to 55.9%, and that's for diesel, and 42.6% for petrol consumption in 2022. And if you look at what the data is saying, the new data from the National Bureau of Statistics has shown that is what Nigeria is spending currently. How worse can it get? Because in the past we've talked about how the Nigerian government, can address the situation. It's not abating, and it's not ready to, perhaps we're not ready to see it abated soon. So how worse can it get, especially with the impact on the manufacturing sector?
Yes, we've always said that for any economy to grow, the manufacturing sector has to take a major role. And this manufacturing sector is plagued with a lot of crises. And one of them, which I mentioned, is cost of operation. And basically, what they use in operation, we have said most of these manufacturing firms, is diesel, which is the automotive gas oil. And we see the price of this commodity going up and up and up, and it's already affecting the manufacturing sector. We will see even those who are in service industry, even shutting down the operation, even closing at an earlier time compared to when they used to before. I mean, we have seen media housing because of the high cost of diesel will shut down the operation. They cannot do 24 hours. We have seen financial sector, the banking sector. So not even only manufacturing sector. Then the manufacturing sector is worth this because, of course, when they are increased, there is critical in cost of production. Of course, they want to pass the cost to the consumer, and the consumer purchasing power has gone down. So we see a lot of cost-push inflation where the prices of inputs are increasing on a daily basis because of the diesel rising price. So what the government can do, yes, the government will try to create that enabling environment. But at the same time, we also now have to be looking at alternative source of energy. We have been talking about the transition to usage of gas, solar, and other forms of renewable energy. We are not saying we are going to throw away the use of
so because of our time,
overnight.
Yes, because of our time, I mean, I was asking the question, how was can it get? Because in 2015, if you look at the the price of the commodity from around 60 or 180 naira as at 2015 to 836 naira 81 kobo per liter in 2023. So the question is, how worse can it get? Do you think it will deteriorate than this this current price we're getting it, 836?
Yes, if the government does not do anything in terms of making these products available, supply side of the equation has to be increased. If nothing is done, I see it getting worse than this.
All right. Let's quickly treat it.
Side is increased, because we'll see it stabilizing.
Okay, let's quickly treat this in 1 minute. We can probably treat these two questions. One is that the capital importation is in around 8 states. There have been no record of investment in this, especially if you look at the state like Ebonyi State, Bayelsa, Gombe, and some other states. In the last 4 years, the report we're getting is that there had been no record of investment. Secondly, today is World Malaria Day, and according to a report, Nigeria has spent about 2.04 trillion naira yearly on malaria prevention and treatment. So do you think we've done well as a country? So if you can, let's wrap it up in 1 minute by addressing these issues.
Let me start with the World Malaria Day. We have not done well as a country when it comes to the
treatment and prevention.
Malaria.
Yes.
We see the economic costs malaria has on our workforce. Well, thank God there is a vaccine that has been approved, and we encourage the federal government to key into that vaccine so that we can take care of malaria as quickly as possible. Coming to investment in those states, yes, it is obvious that the chief executive of this state have not done what they are supposed to do. Even if you have not attracted foreign investors, what about domestic investors? If you look at this state, you can see that these are one of the poorest states in the country. And of course, we have a chief executive, we have commissioners, we have politicians. They also have natural resources in this state. So it is now left for the states to have an economic blueprint. Of course, one will not blame them, because at the end of every month, they go to Abuja and collect them. And if the states are meant and they are serious to, they can increase their IDRO, they can also use that to create an enabling environment to, first of all, attract domestic investors. And of course, the charity begins at home. Once domestic investors are taken care of, then we'll see foreign investors coming to the new states.
Okay. A good place to live in. Thank you so much, Charles Frakoha, iBrandTV senior analyst. We appreciate your time on the show. Still to come after.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, thank you so much. Have a great day. Still to come after the break, Nigeria's equities market closed further in the green zone last week by 0.35%. So when we come back, of course, we'll be looking at the market this week and outlook as the market resumes fully today from Salah break. We'll be back in a moment. Stay with us.